Hi, Life in 4G. It's Coach Dawnay here. I know I have been missing in action for the last 2 days. It's been really crazy. Actually, I didn't do a video yesterday, and it is almost midnight, and I wanted to stop and do a video today. And kind of, instead of going into the abundance principles and finishing those last three, because it's gotten a little bit more intense for me over the last couple days, and I've just not had a chance to really study and focus to get that lesson to you correctly. I'm going to go back to my original format of doing just tidbits of information, and then hopefully by the end of the week I'll be able to circle back and finish the last few. But I'm trying my best not to miss another video, and in order to prepare for the videos and to be able to break them down, I just kind of need to have a little more time than I have right now. So kind of wanted to talk to you about what I learned from relationships. This is another relationship video. This one's a little different because I am learning to not use my power or my position of power to be selfish and to be less humane. Maybe not humane, but maybe less sensitive to another person's needs or desires. Have a wonderful opportunity to be a huge help to a person that I really care about. And in my being able to help this person, there are times when I just get so frustrated with them, and I just really pull all the plugs out of, you know what, I'm helping you, and you're not this, and you're not that, and you're not this, and it's not costing you anything for my time and my efforts and my energy, and you know what, I don't have to do this anymore. You want to be the way you are, stay there. And then I go back and double back and apologize. And, oh, I'm so sorry, I was just frustrated, blah, 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 blah. But in doing that, I've learned, because I had a come to Jesus moment about that the other day, is that person is actually in a very vulnerable state. Otherwise, they wouldn't need my help. They wouldn't need my support or my assistance. I mean, not in that manner. It just wouldn't. But because they do, and because sometimes when you've helped people for a while, it tends to wear on you, and maybe you start looking at the situation a little differently than it actually is. So for me, I guess I started looking at my helping them as my task, as opposed to my privilege. And sometimes when tasks get hard, we get frustrated, and we go off on the people that gave us the task, or the closest people to us, and or the person that we're supposed to be benefiting with the task, because it's just easy to take out our frustrations on somebody that's in a state where they can't really say a whole lot back. And I'm learning, and I actually had to go and apologize to that person and just kind of say to them, I am sorry. I have been using my position of power inappropriately. I have been using my position in your life inappropriately. And because I am the person that is the person with the most to give, it is my duty to be good to you when I give it, because I'm supposed to be giving it voluntarily. There's nobody tied my head to my, to a gun to my head and said, you gotta do this. I'm doing this because I want to do it. So I'm going to become the cheerful giver that I am supposed to be in this situation, and stop using my position of power to cause you pain when I'm frustrated, by making you feel smaller than you actually are. Really huge, because I'm not that kind of person normally. I wouldn't normally do that. That's not even a place where I come from. But I guess because that person and I are so close, that it just happens. Just like you feel like somebody's taking you for granted, you take another person for granted. And I think in that instance, I was kind of taking them for granted. I was really looking at the situation a lot differently until I don't know what it was, but I think I was praying and just kind of talking to God about what was going on and connecting and saying, why do I feel this way? And instantly my eyes were open to a different plane of the situation, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm actually using my words in a position of power to cause pain on purpose without even understanding that that's purposely what I was doing. Sometimes it's just rote memory. Sometimes it's something that happened to you that you learned behavior from your life before, which is where it was for me. It's actually something that happened to me all the time in my childhood. I didn't even know I picked it up. I didn't even know that I picked it up, and I had to do a self-check and realize that, that is it you or is it the world? This time, it was not the world. It was definitely me. And in those instances where I find that it is me, I absolutely have to go and apologize. And then not only do I have to apologize, but I have to make it right within myself so that I don't continue to do that again, and that I recognize before I get there that I am going there. Like before the conversation happens. Like 2 steps before or 5 steps before, because with me it's a situation where things have to happen and be in succession for me to go through a thing. So I'm learning myself. I'm learning my weak points. And I think that that's a good thing, because when we learn our weak points, it helps us to be stronger and to work more diligently. I have a mentor, Lisa Nichols. I think I mentioned this to you before. She talks about her weak points and how when she finds a weak point, she literally works 3 times as hard to be diligent in that area so that she can become excellent. And that is my goal in this area. And I'm sharing it with you guys. To become excellent in how I treat people, even in the point of frustration. This also came from Sunday's message, and I don't know how many people of you follow me on Facebook, but every Sunday when I go to church, I actually tweet the message or Facebook the message. And this message was about family and how you treat your family and your friends. And one part of it was like, be their biggest cheerleader. I would say things differently and make things better sooner. And I was like, wow, I need to make things better sooner. So I'm learning, growing, becoming a better person so that I can live this life in 4G. 2014 is going to be boss. So I had to be ready inside and out. So I hope this video helped you to kind of be able to know that you can use your weak spots to become stronger if you just acknowledge them and work to fix them and ask for forgiveness in places where you're weak. And then ask for support, because I did both. So, life in 4G is living in God, living a life of giving, living a life of gratitude, and living unapologetically in our greatness. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful evening or at night. Bye.